This segment of DelmarvaLife is sponsored by Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
What comes to mind when you think of comforting and cozy tastes? Maybe sweet maple and crisp fresh apples. If you're in agreement, then you're thinking just like our expert chef in the Kitchen Concepts kitchen.
Mr. Good Looking himself joins us today. It's Chef Zeus from Benvenuto Restaurant. Welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Tell us what we're cooking today, Zeus.
So you said expert and she said good looking. Wow, you guys are really like.
It's a good Thursday for you.
You guys are pouring it on thick. All right. So look. So here's what we're going to do today. All right. One of our favorites off our new fall winter menu, it's our pork tenderloin. All right, so I'm going to show you how easy it is at home. So you guys can do all this stuff at home. Remember, if cooking was hard, I wouldn't be doing it. So everything I did was easy. So look, when we look at this pork tenderloin, if you look, our camera guy, you see how that's shiny there?
Yeah.
That's the silver skin, all right? It's not a good thing to eat. So I want to show you how easy it is. Just with a small paring knife, which most people have at home. If you don't have a fillet knife, you can use this. And I'm just going right underneath that silver skin. See that? With my knife angled up, I'm going to remove that, okay? Because it's not a pleasant thing to eat, okay?
You don't want to take off too much of the meat.
No. So that's why we angle the knife up so we don't have a whole lot of meat. All right, we don't want to take off too much fat because remember, pork tenderloin is already super lean, right? There's not a whole lot of fat in there. All right, so I'm going to put this down here. Now, I want to show you what we have to do. We have to tie this guy up because you have a thin end here, and what happens is if we don't cook this properly, it's going to overcook. So I want to show you a really cool trick for you guys at home. So what I do is I take this end here and I'm just going to cut a little slit in there.
Not
just
all the way
like that.
through.
That's it, just a little slit. And now I'm going to tuck this under. You see that?
Ah.
And that automatically
wow.
makes it a little bit more even.
Sure.
Now I'm going to take some butcher twine here, all right? And what I usually do is I measure like this. So I'll do 1, 2, all right, 3, and just to be safe, 4. So this is where I'm going to cut this, all right? And we're going to put this guy back here
All
so
right.
he's out of view.
That's
Now-
almost how I measure house projects at home.
Exactly.
You know,
It's the same thing, all right? This pork is a house project. So now watch this, right? So all I simply do is we have to keep this intact, right? So that it's nicely placed together. And what you do is you're just going to take your twine here, all right? And we're going to just go a little bit snug. See that? And that's going to hold it together. And then we're going to tie it one more time, okay? And now that's secure. Then what I do is I take this. Now watch this. It gets tricky, but it's not. If you do it like a gazillion times, you just kind of take that like that, and I pull it through.
Oh,
see
look
that?
at that. Okay.
All right.
Huh.
And when I pull on it, see?
wow.
That's
And then
slick. Okay.
It is. It is. And then, you know, and then you just do it again. All right. You can pull it through to where you want it. Our string beans are over there like, hey, what about me?
know.
All right. So see that?
Okay.
Are you guys at home see how easy that is? And that's all you're doing. So sometimes you go into the supermarket and you see these roasts and they're all like nicely like trussed up like this.
I've
and you're
always
like,
wondered how you do that.
just like this. That's why I'm here. You know, I want to show you guys how you guys can do it at home.
And
all right.
Zeus, what is the importance of tying it up here?
So what happens is if we were just to cook it the way it is, it's not going to cook evenly, right? So you're going to have one end that's going to be rubber and the other end's going to be succulent. And someone's going to say, wow, this is really good. And someone's going to say, I don't know what's wrong with them. That was terrible.
Right.
That was so tough. All right, so that's the importance. Okay, and then we're going to do it one more time, bring it through. Now you see how I measured it out? And it gave me just enough, all right? And then what I do now is I pull this under, all right? And I can go to anyone. See, I'm pulling this in, and I'm going to go to the center here. I'm going to tie this up here so that it doesn't get lost, see?
Look at that.
No.
And it's beautiful, all right? And hey, a little bit of fat, let's tuck it in there because guess what? A little fat won't hurt anything. So now this is ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to season this, all right? And this is a really nice blend that we use. It has a little bit of brown sugar in it. It has some Creole spices in there, all right? And that's going to lend some really good flavor to this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sear this,
Right.
all right? Just a nice sear. We're going to get it in the oven,
Right.
all right? And when we come back, I'm going to show you guys how to put it all together.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Now's a good time to probably go in the freezer, grab a snack or something, and all right. And we'll be right back.
Stick around to Tasty Treats. We'll be right back on DelmarvaLife.
This segment of DelmarvaLife is sponsored by Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
Well, it was twine time in the Kitchen Concepts kitchen before the break as we learned the ropes on how to tie up a beautiful pork tenderloin. That's thanks to the careful instruction of Chef Zeus from Benvenuto Restaurant. So what else do we need to do here?
Well, I like that twine time. Yeah, he's got like a line
good.
for everything. I love it. All right. So our pork tenderloins, so you guys at home can see just how beautiful that looks. If we can get a close up on that, right?
Me or the camera?
There you go. Right, both.
Smells
right?
good.
Right. They both look delicious. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. All right, but check this out. Right. So here's our pan that we, did our pork tenderloin,
Okay.
and we certainly don't want to lose any of that good stuff. All those little goody bits in there. All right, so again, super hot pan this still is because it did come out of the oven.
And this is a fall winter
Yes,
sauce from your new
yes.
menu. that we're
Yes,
gonna be
yes.
making.
So look, and this is how every single one is done. I mean, this isn't like we have a bunch of the sauce just sort of laying around. I mean, every time we make a pork tenderloin, we make the sauce in the
wow.
pan.
How about
All right?
that? All right.
Yes, you have to.
Cooked order.
It really is, and that's the best way. So you see how those apples, if you guys can get a nice shot of that, see those apples, how quickly they're sort of deglazing the pan. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of brandy here, all right? And this is an apricot brandy. Now, let's torch this,
Whoa,
all right?
Not.
Here we go.
So let's see if we can make this work, all right? All right, so we have some fire in the DelmarvaLife kitchen,
The audience
all right?
is loving that over
Yes,
there.
yes. We have the best audience today, too. All right. So what we're doing is now we're burning off this apricot brandy. All right. So as soon as that flame goes out, we're going to add some stock to it. I have some black pepper here and some salt that we're adding to this for flavor. All right. We're going to add just a little bit of stock. All right. And we are also going to add some of this pure maple syrup. It's important. All right. Pure maple syrup. We don't want it to be too sweet.
You're bordering on dessert.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Yep, it's a pork cannoli. All right. So now, one of my favorite ingredients is a little bit of whole grain mustard, or some people call it Creole mustard.
Okay.
Okay. And we're just going to give this a nice little swirl here. Okay. All right. We're going to crank our heat up. Now, this is just going to kind of all come together. All right. See how nice that looks?
Yeah.
Wow.
See how beautiful? All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna shut the heat off and we're gonna do something that the French call a mont de beurre, all right? Which basically means we're gonna mount this with butter, all right? All right, so look, I hear a lot of great chefs saying, look, I don't cook healthy food, I cook good food, all right? So
Fair
now,
enough.
we're gonna turn our attention to this guy,
Okay.
all right?
Okay.
So, what we have to do is we're gonna pull this guy over, and you guys see how beautiful that looks, and it's very, very easy to break this guy down once he's roasted. So we're gonna cut him here, because this is a portion for two, and I'm gonna show you how perfect this is inside. You see that?
Look at that.
Wow.
And that's what you want.
Right.
All
And
right.
don't be afraid. Most people think pork's got to be cooked all the way through
Yes,
and white, right?
yes, and thank you so much for mentioning that. It doesn't have to be cooked all the way through, okay? We can look up all this stuff online nowadays. I mean, there was a fear of trichinosis, all right, with pork, which was years ago. We don't really see that anymore. All right, now if you're cooking some bear at home, that's a whole different
Right.
story. All right, so again, we want to make sure that we get all this twine off, okay, which is very important because you don't want to feed anybody
Right.
string,
No.
especially grandmom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll bring a short stop to your meal right
Yes,
there.
it will. Holidays are over. All right. So we make sure we have all this twine off. All right. I'm going to sneak in here. And then, if you notice, we don't have a whole lot of juice everywhere because we rested it.
We
all right?
rested it, okay.
So now we cut this just like that. And again, it's all about an even cooking. All right. So now, to plate this guy up, watch how simple this is. We're going to take our plate over here. I'm going to remove this glove. Okay. And we're going to come over here. We're going to get some of our mashers.
Ah.
Because mashed potatoes are great with this dish. All right. See how nice and buttery
Yes.
that is? All right. A nice mound. You guys good over there in our audience? You guys
They're
are awfully
drooling.
quiet.
They're drooling, I
They are
think.
drooling.
They are. They're waiting for lunch. All right. And what we're then going to do is we're going to take our pork here, and we're just going to kind of go this way, right? We're going to face him up. See how beautiful that is? And that really is a perfectly cooked pork tenderloin. But again, don't be afraid to do this at home, guys. All right, I'm going to turn this way so our friends at home
Oh, yeah.
can see. We're going to come over here and we're going to grab some of our beans. See how nice these beans are?
look at
Nice
that.
and roasted, got some
right.
good color to them. All right, we're going to lay those there. All right.
Always love your presentation.
Thank you so
I
much.
know.
And you know what? All we have in here is just a little bit of olive oil, a little salt, a little pepper. Now, our sauce, we didn't
It
do a whole...
smells
Look
so
at that.
good.
See
and
how
look
beautiful?
At, Steve, look at like the fall colors. It's
Yep.
so pretty.
Yep, the cranberries will do that.
And the butter just did that. And I'm going to reach over here. We're going to grab some fresh parsley because we're going to have to pretend like we're making it healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
A little
we'll
green.
pretend.
Right,
a little more green.
Listen, and our audience, they love green. I know
Yeah.
that. All right? And we're going to just take some of this sauce and watch how beautiful. We're just going to spoon that
Wow.
right over.
Right across the top.
Right? I have to do it like that, right?
Yeah.
You're probably thinking, wow, did he really just do that right over the top, though?
Amazing. Mine don't look like this at home.
Well, but you know what? It can because,
Yes.
you know,
You make it look so simple.
but you know
Zeus.
what? It really is. And like I said earlier, there's nothing hard about cooking. You know, it's just about, I guess, having this passion for it and just kind of wanting to pay homage to these
Yeah.
beautiful animals that give their life again so we can live ours. And then just a little sprig, and just look at that. And I want to step aside because I want you guys to try
Wanna
it.
get in here.
Give it a try here. Now, Zeus, this is one of your specials, right?
This is not a special.
it's
This
not.
is actually on
Your fall
the
menu.
Benvenuto
Yes.
fall winter menu.
Okay, excellent. So, folks, make sure you go and check this out because it is the perfect fall meal.
All right,
What
ready?
you try
Cheers.
first?
Let's
Cheers.
go.
It really is.
Let's try it here. Oh, wow. As advertised.
Wow.
Yep.
That is fantastic.
It really is.
That's
I know
so
it
good.
is. I mean, I usually don't say it like, yeah, I know. It really is. It's just a wonderful dish. You know,
All
wonderful
right,
dish.
Steve, you go ahead and read the next one. I'm going to take this away, actually.
All right, Chef Zeus from Benvenuto Restaurant, thank you so much for being here.